Hey there, this is Daniel West for Hero Arts. Today we're going to make this fun HeroScape card using the City Park HeroScape stamp set and dies. This is a super easy card to create. It looks complicated, but it's not really. Let's look at the inks I'm using. The Green Hills, Pine, Forever Green, Soft Sky, Soft Granite, and Intense Black. We're also going to use some Prisma glitter and a zig glue pen, along with some sequins called Frost Sequin Assorted. It's a beautiful mix from Hero Arts, and some precision glue. To begin with, we're going to pull out our Misties, and I already have two of them loaded up with stamps from the stamp set. So let's just ink up our Skyline stamp here with some soft granite ink on an A2 size card panel. And then we'll line up our frame cut that goes along with the stamp set, tape it down and run it through our die cutting machine, and we will have a freestanding little die cut. We'll pop that up on the front of an A2 size card panel in just a minute. But let's move on to our park scene. For the grass, I'm going to use Green Hills, and you'll see that it lays down kind of unevenly on my impression here, which is perfectly fine because it looks like there's a bit of gradation on my hill there, and I really like that actually. If you don't want that gradation there, you can just keep stamping until you get a completely solid image. Now I have my stamps lined up in here already, so I just flip my card around, and this is great for mass production. You just flip your card around, ink up the other stamp in the layering set, which is super easy to line up, and ink it up in a darker ink. Now this is the Forever Green ink, and then I flip it back around on another Misty that I have lined up here, and I stamp the couple sitting on a park bench in Intense Black ink. Now as that Intense Black ink dries back, it's going to lighten up a little bit. I should have probably stamped it a few more times just to make sure it was super dark, but I made another one for your eyes to enjoy. Now here I've die cut the park scene out already and use it as a guide so I can get a perfect die cut of my stamped scene. And I put my die right in that guide and then run it through, and now I have a perfectly die cut park scene. And I'm going to pop this into another Misty and add this line of green grass here on the very bottom in some pine ink. I think these three greens really add a nice touch to the whole project. And this perfect line of grass, it's just, it adds a really nice touch to the whole scene. Now I'm gonna put a few clouds out on my card base using some Soft Sky ink and an acrylic block. Two of the clouds going off the side of the panel, and then one smaller one kind of up above and to the right of the left-hand side cloud. Now I'm going to add some adhesive foam to the back of my Skyline and pop it up on the front of my card base. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my park scene, except I didn't show you this step. I die cut that scene out again and then glued it on the back, just so it would be one sheet of paper taller or higher than the Skyline. And then I saw that I had trimmed it down a little too far to the left on that one side, and then I could take part of that off, just a sliver off of my whole card. Now I'm using this glue pen because I wanted just this tiniest line of glue all over my Skyline. It just needed this extra bit of shimmer, I thought. So this Prisma glitter is going to be perfect for that. Now when you look at the skyline, it's nice and shiny and shimmery, and you can see my couple sitting there looking at their beautiful scene in front of them. I'm just popping in a sentiment from the stamp set. It says hello in intense black ink at the top of my card. You can see the card on the right. The couple sitting at the bottom had an extra stamp or two on it, and then I added those sequins on that one as well. I hope you've enjoyed this little card project and that you're not intimidated at all by the HeroScapes. They're so beautiful. Look at the shadows on the park scene. I think the trees and the kite, the guy flying the kite, all of those little details showing up in shadow are perfect on this layering stamp set. Thank you for joining me today for this little card tutorial. I hope you have a fantastic day.